You are unique. You are different. You are special. Here's an emoji that you've been known to use. See? We get it.
What do you think of millennials? Coddled, entitled?
Yes, I think so.
Really?
I do. That is my experience with many of them.
They're accused of being entitled and narcissistic and self-interested, unfocused, lazy.
There was an Abacus poll, I think it was a few months ago, that came out that said half of the baby boomers think that millennials have it tougher than any other young generation. Even the boomers agree that we have it tough. And we do because we graduated during a time just post-recession. Our real wages have never been lower.
You teach millennials, Hadia. What is your sense? Is life harder for them than the generation before?
What it is, they're graduating with huge debt, and there are no jobs for them to pay off that debt.
I've noticed of late that millennials are the new target. Millennials, you are entitled and lazy and just not fit to live, right? Why does this keep happening? Why are you guys getting labeled the same way that Gen X did?
The now generation has become the me generation, they said about the boomers in 1976. They have trouble making decisions. They would rather hike the Himalayas than climb the corporate ladder. They crave entertainment, but their attention span is as short as one zap of a TV dial, said Time magazine about Gen X in 1990. If between now and the time you were 21, you have become somewhat less self-centered, less self-focused, keep your hand in the air.
So much of what we read about millennials is negative. Now, this is nothing new, right? Gen Xers like me and many of you, we were called the slackers. Baby boomers were called the hippies, the original me generation. Take a look at this quotation. I see no hope for the future of our people if they are dependent on the frivolous youth of today. So this is from the 8th century BC. We have literally been shaming our young people for all of human history.
How would you define a millennial?
A millennial is someone born between 1981 and 98, I think.
Okay, how do you think other people would define a millennial?
Me. People my age, people in their early 20s, late teens, probably a not very good term.
What do you mean by that?
Like selfish, into themselves, their phones, lazy, entitled.
Do you think that's true?
No, it's definitely not true, I don't think. We work really hard. We have a hard time getting jobs, getting good jobs. So
do you think those stereotypes hurt millennials then?
Yes, I do. I think that they're more reflective of the older people actually, but it's just me.
Hi, my name is Allie. I'm 20 years old. I'm third year comm at Laurier, and I think a millennial is anyone from 18 to 23.
I think other people think millennials are students / young adults, you know, in their low 20s, and yes, I consider myself a millennial. I think they probably think we're too young to do a lot of things, so they hire people with more experience than us. I think they maybe think that we don't focus very well because of all the technology we've grown up around and that we use all the time. So I think that they would maybe be more inclined to hire somebody else that wasn't as young or had different capabilities. I think it maybe gives you disadvantages if you were trying to get a job, if they think, you know, like if they have negative thoughts on us and they don't really realize what we're capable of, then that can kind of put you below other people. So I guess that's kind of a disadvantage to having, or to other people having thoughts about millennials.
I think that millennials can do things better than others because we are more technologically advanced. It's something we use every day in school and outside of school. We can communicate really well with one another, even though a lot of people say that because of social media and because of the internet and technology we don't communicate well, but it's still a really strong skill that we have. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
In my opinion, a millennial is someone who is born after the year 2000. In other people's opinions, a millennial is viewed as someone who gets offended by anything and everything, and is someone who is viewed as just less intelligent than the aging population. Based on the various definitions given, I do not classify myself as a millennial due to the fact that I'm born before the year 2000, and due to the fact that I find that I do not get offended by anything and everything, and I also do consider myself an intelligent person. Some disadvantages that millennials face because of this identification are job searches. Employers may view millennials as non-intelligent and may not hire them based off of this identification. The only positive perception I can see in categorizing this generational group is by distinguishing age differentials between people. This means that you can identify someone who is able to drive a car by the age of 16 if they are a millennial or not, or identify someone as an adult if they're above or below the age of 18, and then again with purchasing alcohol by the age of 19.
In one word, tell me what a millennial is. Woof.